Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to dive into three very powerful AI IDEs: Replit Agent, Stakpak, and Cursor. We're going to explore how each one works, focusing on key features like code generation, interface visuals, and their role in DevOps. By the end of the video, you'll have a solid understanding of what makes each of these tools unique and when they might fit in your development workflow. So stick around for all the details. Let's kick off with the heart of any AI-powered IDE, code generation. Starting with Replit Agent, we will write a prompt to create a simple warehouse management system where we can add products and view products with a basic UI, and just click on Start Building. Now, this is where it stands out. It has the ability to handle entire projects from start to finish. However, a big limitation here is that it currently doesn't support common frameworks like Java Spring Boot and Next.js. Seems like it always prefers Python, so if you don't specify a language, like in our case now, it will go for Python. And it's currently thinking of the plan, and it did go for Flask Python. Let's approve the plan and start. Now what happens is it's going to create all the files for you, and it even installs the packages. What I truly like about it is that it runs the app for you and you can interact with it. And if the app has endpoints, it's going to run that as well. But what I don't like though is that if the app or an endpoint fails, it doesn't catch that. It requires your interaction. I also tried to build an app that is a bit more complex than that, and it kept reiterating for over 30 minutes asking me questions. So at that point, I felt like if I'll have to write very detailed, structured instructions to get the code right, I'd rather just go for ChatGPT or Claude, especially that they give me the flexibility of using different languages. And it's currently installing the dependencies and the packages for us, and it's running the app. Let's test it once it's up. So you've got a built-in web view here. Let's do that. Add product, test, add product. And the product was added successfully. So you've got a very basic MVP in less than 5 minutes, which is very efficient in my opinion. Now moving on to the next IDE, which is Stakpak. Stakpak specifically focuses on infrastructure as code, so its code generation is more advanced in the DevOps area. You can generate your own code with a simple prompt or import your existing code from here and generate new resources for your legacy system. Let's create an EKS cluster and check the generated code. Now the quality of the generated code is quite high, you can accept it from here, but what I truly like about it is that you can modify your resources from here. They currently support Terraform and Kubernetes with more providers on the roadmap, and Stakpak is less suited for general coding tasks, but it's perfect for infrastructure-heavy workflows. And by the way, if you go here, you can ask AI anything and get guidance. Now let's move on to the last IDE, which is Cursor. While Cursor can generate code, its real strength is in intelligently refactoring and improving your existing code, and that is because it knows your code base. So if you go here, you can refer to your files or you can chat with your code base. What I truly like about Cursor as well is that if we say we want to do get admin emails, it's going to suggest multiple lines for you. And not only that, but if you do like this, you can edit this part of the code. Now, if we talk about the generated code matches your coding style, and that's what I absolutely love about it. And again, that has to do with it knowing your code base. So at the end of the day, you'll have a very nice homogeneous code, unlike if you go to another AI tool to create a specific function for you. All right, now let's talk about the interface visuals, how each IDE looks and feels when you're working on it. So back to Replit's agent, its interface is simple, clean, and very beginner friendly. It's an in-browser IDE, so you can code from anywhere, and the editor itself is very straightforward with the basic features you'd expect, like a code editor here. You've got the file explorer, you have a web view, and you can get a console, everything that is in a traditional IDE layout. But you won't find many advanced visuals or interactive elements. Now, Stakpak is where things get more interesting. It's an in browser IDE as well, so you can code from anywhere. Its interface is much more focused on DevOps, and it has a standout feature that is a graph visualization of your architecture from here. So, from here, you'll be able to see how different components interact and connect together, and this is especially useful for complex infrastructure because Stakpak was built with enterprise level infrastructure in mind. So, for DevOps tasks, this kind of visual feedback is a game changer. The interface integrates all its tools like the code generation, the modification, the workbench, the graph view, everything in one place into a cohesive IDE. And next is Cursor. Now, Cursor is a fork from VS Code, so you'll feel like it sticks more to a traditional IDE. With that being said, you will have to download the IDE locally. It's nice that it gives you access to AI generated code, but it doesn't have any graphing or visuals or architecture visuals like Stakpak. Next, we'll dive in how these IDEs assist you in deployment and DevOps. One of Replit's key selling points is its seamless deployment capability. It offers a quick one-click deployment from here so you can ship your code directly to production. Now, this is quite nice and straightforward, but it lacks the flexibility when it comes to managing complex infrastructure. Now, Stakpak is where the real power of deployment and DevOps comes in. It lets you sync your code with GitHub from here, so it helps you with handling configuration changes or allowing you to run your CI/CD pipelines. It even includes real-time security and compliance checks from here that you can fix before syncing your code. So you're not only automating your releases, but you're ensuring that everything is secure and compliant with the DevSecOps standards. And finally, we've got Cursor. As we said, Cursor is more of a traditional IDE, so it won't focus much on deployment or DevOps processes, but you can ask the chat here to deploy an EC2 instance in Terraform code for you and take the code and create a file. So what's the final takeaway from today's exploration? So I tried to make a summary in the form of a table. Each ID brings something unique to the table. In my opinion, you can use Replit Agent if you want to get your MVP up and running quickly, but it lacks support for advanced frameworks and it's not suited for complex infrastructure. It's currently in early access and is included in existing plans at no extra cost to this day. On the other hand, Stakpak is a powerhouse for DevOps and infrastructure management. It's more than just AI, it's a complete DevOps IDE with advanced infrastructure management, real-time security and compliance checks, plus its intuitive visual interface. It stands out as a go-to choice if you need to automate and manage your complex infrastructure efficiently. And it's currently for free for early adopters, so now is your perfect time to sign up and try it out. And it offers self-hosting versions for enterprise. And finally, Cursor is perfect if you're developing full-stack apps or refining your code base. Its customization and inline AI assistance makes it great to improve your code quality, but it doesn't handle DevOps or deployment tasks. What's nice is it gives you the looks and feels of VS Code, but with AI inside. So if you're using VS Code, you might want to give it a try and download it for free. None of them are better than the others, they're just different tools for different needs. So that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you found it helpful, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment and let me know your thoughts or join our conversation on the Discord community. See you in the next one. Bye!